today's player profile, I'm going to break down a guy who I think is the best defensive player in this draft, and that is Texas Tech edge David Bailey. David Bailey has the best first step out of any edge that I've seen in years. He plays edge like he's late for something, I always say. This guy is going to change the way that defenses play because he's going to be able to get to the quarterback basically whenever he wants. He's not just fast. He's violent with a plan. He has some of the best pass rush moves out of any player in this draft. He stacks things, he feels tackles out, and he finds ways to finish. If you want a pass rush weapon out of this draft who can change any game on any third and long, it's David Bailey. He is that guy, and I think he's a fit for most teams, and I think the New York Jets should look at him at 2 overall. All right, so let's get into some plays right here. Let's get into some of the good stuff. So here, you have David Bailey lining up in this sort of hybrid front. Texas Tech likes to run these hybrid fronts. And you'll see David Bailey just get after this tackle. He fires out with probably the best first step out of any player in this draft, and you could put that first step up with any player in past drafts as well. Bailey fires out, understands that this tackle's a little upright, and has got his feet a little too close together. He's like it's like London Bridge falling down, and Bailey just gets after him. Bam! Sack. I mean, that's what? In less than a second, he gets to the quarterback? I mean, you're not going to get a faster sack than this. I mean, look at this. Fires out. Look at the depth that Bailey's at right here. I mean, look, these guys are still on the line of scrimmage. This guy's not even, basically just got out of his stance. Bailey's already 3 yards in the backfield. Bam, benches the guy, knocks him off. That 400-plus pound bench press coming into effect there, and just has the cleanest sack you'll see. I mean, this is the stuff that David Bailey does, and this is the stuff that you see on film with David Bailey over and over and over again that makes you think, how would a team not want to draft this guy in the top 5? And for the Jets, why wouldn't you want a player like this on your defense at 2? I mean, you watch his film. This is one of, 10 or 12 snaps I've seen where he's done something like this. Bam, boom, easy money, home. That's David Bailey in a nutshell. But that's not all that he does. You'll see here, Bailey, again, the depth. That first step is as good as you're going to get. As good as you're going to get. Look, again, these guys are not even out of their stance yet. And Texas Tech has some good players up front. Look at Bailey here. So maybe the tackle's expecting some speed to power or some bull rush type move. Bailey does something opposite. Goes around the corner in the phone booth, little bit of bend, and gets right home. David Bailey knows for him to make a living in the NFL being one of the best edge rushers, which I think he could be, and if I had to put money on, I think he will be. I really do. He's got to find multiple ways to get home, and this is one of them. Look at that. Hands, under, bend. He will do whatever is in his power, and he's got a lot of power, to get to the quarterback, and he does it over and over again. That rep, what I really love the most about it, look at this bend right here. People say he can't bend. I mean, that's bend. He can be a little stiff at times, but look at that bend. Look at that. Look at those feet right there. That's the kind of stuff that, if this tackle's trying to get his hands on him, he's going around. Look at that dip. Look at that bend. Look at that. I mean, that's the stuff that they teach. They want it, or they try to teach. Not everyone can do it. David Bailey can. Another just A-plus rep from David Bailey. All right, so this play here, you're going to see. Now, David Bailey beats on everybody, right? He's just, you can't block this guy. So they try to chip him here. And the tackle, again, doesn't know what he's going to do. David Bailey's got the best pass rush moves out of anyone in this draft. He brings an arsenal of pass rush moves, and he's just learning how to use some of them. You see here, they chip him. Okay, good luck, bam. I mean, what else do you want from an edge player? He gets chipped. Look at this. He gets chipped like, oh, okay, that's going to help. He got into his body a little bit, got him a little bit off his path, comes in, tackle setting up, tries to get his hands. Hands are too inside, my man, tackle. Your base is off. Look at that base. Bailey's already got the spin move on you. Bam, home. Again, a sack in under 2 seconds. I mean, you know somebody's that good when they're getting sacks when nobody's even close to getting a sack. Like, they're clearly the only one near the quarterback. And you see that on his tape over and over and over again. David Bailey, the best pass rusher in this draft. And there's no reason really for anyone to doubt his pass rushing acumen. Now, what people do doubt is his ability in the run game. Now, this isn't a run rep per se, but this shows what David Bailey does in space and how relentless he is. He is not an edge setter in any stretch, by any stretch of the imagination, and he's not someone that's going to be a point of attack, set your front, not get moved by a puller. He does get moved a little bit, but he's relentless to the football. It makes up for his inability to set the edge. So you'll see here Bailey loves, they gave him a clear path. He can get a little bit crazy because look, if they were doing anything in here, you got a big gap here. So he tends to, he likes to go upfield. That's what he does. He gets a little excited, goes upfield. Quarterback just dumps it, right? Bailey's here. This is the stuff that I love about David Bailey. You know how many players sort of tiptoe or trot their way to this, on this screen, which they got guys up front here ready to get the ball down the field. No, David Bailey's relentless to the football. This is why, for all the people saying he's not a great run stopper or he can be a little bit too overly aggressive, correct. But look at this. He makes up for it. If he's not on this pursuit, right? This guy, he's just got to break a little bit of a tackle here. He might, have some yardage right here. But nope, you got David Bailey who recovers from, how far back is he here? At this point, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 yards behind the running back, and he's just constantly going to the football. David Bailey is the type of player that when I say different, I don't use it often. Aiden Hutchinson was different. TJ Watt was different. Myles Garrett was different. Von Miller was different. Go back. Lawrence Taylor's and Reggie White's. I'm not saying David Bailey's any of those guys, but the guy is different. And if I was the Jets, I would take him second overall, and I wouldn't think twice about it. All right, David Bailey's strengths. He has the best first step out of any player in this class, and he's got as good of a first step as any player in any class. The bend and how he corners is real. He plays in a phone booth, and he shrink wraps the pocket. The way he leans, dips, how violent he is, it's just different. Also, he has a pass rush plan. He doesn't only just beat you with aggression and speed, but he strings rushes together. He's got counters. He knows how to use his hands. He wrestles with the tackles. He feels them out, and he usually wins. And last but not least, he's disruptive. This is the kind of guy that defenses need in the NFL. He forces pressures. He gets sacks. He forces fumbles. He's constantly creating negative plays for the offense, and he's affecting what quarterbacks do. Weaknesses. David Bailey's not yet built to anchor yet. You can run at him. He's not an anchorer. He's not setting the edge. He can also take himself out of reps sometimes because he rushes too deep and he gets too much depth on passing and running plays. His hands can be hit or miss. Sometimes the swipes and the chops work. Other times they don't. He still feels like a raw pass rusher in a lot of ways. Feels like he's trying to figure it out sometimes. And lastly, he's not always the most disciplined edge. He's gotten a lot of penalties and late hits called on him, and some of the screens and misdirections kind of throw him off a bit. All right, David Bailey is a premium pass rusher. by any stretch of the imagination. I think he'd be perfect in any odd front sort of stack. And I think he's one of the best edges that I've seen in the last 5, 6, 7 years. You can use him in ways with simulated pressures, and he knows how to hunt on money downs, which is the most important thing. If it's 3rd and long, David Bailey's going to get home. There's a reason he's led the nation in pass rush win rate, and he's done it over and over again. This is the kind of player that's going to be a Pro Bowler at some point in his career, and he's the type of guy that will change the way that defenses call things, and he'll be a nightmare for opposing offenses. The Jets should look at David Bailey at 2nd overall. He is my favorite defensive prospect in this class.